Twice this week, ISIS forced two different Arab armies to flee. In Iraq, Ramadi. In Syria, Palmyra. Arguably, this is the terror group's best week in a year. Combined, their battlefield successes are ISIS's biggest strategic gains since their sweep across Iraq last summer. In Syria, the radical Islamists now control more than half the country, according to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. The latest attack added more oil and gas fields, more ancient artifacts, and a key highway intersection. All potential money earners. They also cemented their control of Syria's border crossings into Iraq late this week, taking Tanef, the last outside the Kurdish region not already under their control. Their advances, at times, hard to follow.
It's hard for us to nail down with any sort of granularity exactly what's happening on the ground. So this is something we're following.
The speed of ISIS's Syrian advance questions the ability or willingness of President Bashar al-Assad's forces to hold ground. Local reports describe the Syrian army fleeing Palmyra. By design or default, he is losing the east of Syria to ISIS. In Ramadi, Iraq, where Iraqi special forces can call in US air support, the army also retreated as ISIS closed in on them. In scenes reminiscent of ISIS's sweeping gains in Iraq last summer, the terror group sees more weapons as government stockpiles fell into their hands.
It's not something positive which is happening, but we hope that we can conquer. The war is war. You lose some of the fightings, but you have to win the war ultimately.
For now, battlefield momentum is with ISIS, quickly moving on from Ramadi towards Baghdad. By the end of the week, taking the town of Husayba. Taken in totality, gains in the east of Syria, connecting through greater control of the border between Iraq and Syria, to gains in the west of Iraq, ISIS's power base is growing, and so are international concerns.
We must build a new Syria which can be rid naturally of the regime and Bashar al-Assad, but also, above all, of the terrorists, because they are in the country and they're making progress. So we must do all we can so that a political solution can be worked on.
The bottom line right now, what Syria, Iraq and their allies, not least the United States, are doing to crush ISIS is not enough. Nick Robertson, CNN, London.